Star Wars Episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith. That's right, guys. Welcome back to my series of Star Wars reviews leading up to The Last Jedi. I know it's been 2 months since I reviewed The Attack of the Clones. I've just been so busy. This is probably the busiest time I've ever had this year because I'm moving to the 11th grade from another school, so there's a lot of stuff happening to me. So guys, I know I haven't done much reviews in 2017, but I'll explain more in my top 10 best movies of 2017, which that's coming up next month. Freaking excited for that. But anyway, now we're back to the series of Star Wars reviews. Now we're going to review the third movie in the prequel trilogy, as I said before, Star Wars Episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith. And now a lot of people were really excited for this movie most of all, because this is the story that everyone's been wanting to see since freaking The Phantom Menace came out. Is how Anakin Skywalker joins the dark side and became Darth Vader. We wanted this movie like ever since The Phantom Menace came out and The Attack of the Clones, but we never get that. Instead of The Phantom Menace, we get Jar Jar Binks. And then the second movie, we get Anakin's creepy, spoiled face stalking Padme, so yeah. But now the third movie's out, so what do I think of the third movie overall? I thought this is the biggest improvement out of the first 2 prequel movies. This isn't still the best Star Wars movie. This still has the flaws that George Lucas had to fix, but this movie is totally just good. It's still a big improvement from the first 2 movies in the prequel trilogy. This is my favorite movie in the prequel trilogy, of course. It's everyone's favorite in the prequel trilogy. Some people do like The Phantom Menace, and which that's fine with me, but I don't think anyone will love The Attack of the Clones because it's my least favorite Star Wars movie in the entire saga. So guys, this review will contain some spoilers, just like the first 2, so if you haven't seen The Revenge of the Sith, check it out and come back to this review because I'm basically kind of going to talk about the entire movie and most of the moments of the film that are kind of good and bad at the same time. So guys, the spoilers are going to come, so I would say skip to another review. I'm going to do another video. Anything. So guys, right from the start of the movie, we can tell that the CGI was way better from this movie. Like, from the first 2 movies in the prequel trilogy, the CGI was very cheap. This movie totally does improve by the CGI people. It feels like they hired different people. It feels like that. And the CGI looks way better when Anakin and Obi-Wan are flying and finding ships. It's a good opening, and it's a really good opening because the CGI has totally came back. You can tell they're out in space. You can tell all of that. So at the start of the movie, we get to see Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi basically have to save Palpatine from General Grievous. And General Grievous, he's probably the most coolest character in the prequel trilogy, in my personal opinion. Like, he's kind of cool in the film. He looks great. If you haven't seen the Clone Wars, the old TV show, not the 2008 movie in that series. No, there's a TV show before that. It tells kind of where they left off after the Attack of the Clones and before the Revenge of the Sith, how that happened. I did see it once, and I did see General Grievous once as well. I can remember from it. It tells how it happened before he became the cofter, sick-looking General Grievous, when they zapped in his neck, and that's how they make him cough like that, like that, you know what I mean? So, he looks pretty cool in the movie. I like General Grievous. And then we get to see Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi basically fighting Count Dooku. And what I like about that scene is when Anakin is fighting him, and the lightsaber fight, by the way, is way better in this movie. The lightsaber fight looks way better than the other one. It doesn't feel like it's a dance from the first 2 Star Wars movies. But anyway, back to the thing. So what I like about that scene is when Anakin grabbed Count Dooku's red lightsaber and blue, and he's crossing him and showing him what side he should be on. And Palpatine's kill him, and you get to get a little sneak peek of what he is in the movie, which I'll talk about later. So he killed Count Dooku, which that is pretty dark in my opinion, but it is the darkest Star Wars movie in the trilogy, I would say, and probably in the entire saga. So I guess that's that. And I just really like when it shows the blue and the red in his hand, showing him which side he should choose on. That is pretty cool. So now Anakin and Obi-Wan has crash landed into their hometown, and we get a cool little Easter egg where we see the Millennium Falcon, which that's pretty cool. And then we get Anakin coming back to Padme, and Padme tells him she's pregnant, and I thought that scene was hilarious because Anakin's reaction, Hayden Christensen's reaction, is just so funny. I just can't help it. He was just like,
Annie, I'm pregnant.
That's wonderful.
Oh, that's great. He doesn't like it. Seriously, she's pregnant. Why can't you be happy about that? I'm just confused by that. Is it because he's scared to have children or something like that? They never explained that. So Anakin started getting nightmares about Padme like dying because of her pregnancy, and that's kind of like haunting him to be in the dark side. That's a really cool thing. But then next scene, we get to see Anakin trying to be the master in the Jedi Council, but of course Mace Windu and Yoda are not accepting him in the Jedi Council because of course they don't really trust him that much, and that makes him really angry in that scene. So there's a scene in the movie where Anakin and Palpatine were talking about the ways of the dark side, and he said that the dark side may save their people. And Anakin, of course, is worried about Padme dying from her pregnancy, so probably him being in the dark side is probably the only way he could save his wife. And basically, after that scene, we get Obi-Wan and General Grievous fighting, which I talked about that before, and I'm saying it now. General Grievous is awesome. Like, there's a scene in the movie while they're fighting, he's carrying 4 lightsabers, and as a kid, I was like, that is the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it still is, because it's impossible to carry 4 lightsabers, but for a robot droid thing, it looks pretty cool. And when Obi-Wan is like seeing that, I was like, Obi-Wan, can he beat him to death? And that's probably one of my favorite scenes in the time when Obi-Wan and General Grievous are fighting. It was a pretty awesome scene. I really did like the scene. So the next scene, when Anakin Skywalker is now trying to learn the ways of the dark side, we get a pretty good scene after that where you see Padme and Anakin in the window, no dialogues. So like Padme is at her home looking at the council, the dark side council, you know what I mean? And Anakin's looking at her house, and it's really powerful. Like, we don't see like any confidence. We can just see that Anakin and Padme are starting to come to the end with the relationship, and it's really freaking powerful in this entire movie. So as I said before, Anakin is trying to learn the ways of the dark side until Mace Windu and the other Jedi are trying to fight Palpatine because they think he is the Sith Lord himself. He's trying to like make Anakin do in the dark side. And then we found out that Palpatine is the Sith Lord. He is Darth Sidious. When Mace Windu burned his face and he looks like Darth Sidious from the original Star Wars trilogy. And then Anakin will really need Palpatine to teach him the way, so he cut Mace Windu's hand off, and Palpatine, of course, struck him out of the window. And I really didn't like that lightsaber fight between Mace Windu and Palpatine. It just looks really horrible. It's probably my least favorite parts of the movie. I don't know, it's just something about that scene that looks very, very off, like 100% off. And it's like George Lucas is kind of like returning to the dance fight again. It just looks really freaking terrible. But then there's a scene where Anakin joins the dark side, and I would say that scene would have been awesome. But it was really freaking rushed. Like, after he killed Mace Windu, he was just like, okay, I'm ready now, let's go to the dark side. And then, like, bang, he's in the dark side. And I was just like, that scene was very freaking rushed. And there's a lot of stupid parts from that scene. Like, where Anakin kills children. I'm not even joking. There's a scene where he's going to the kids' Jedi Council, and the kids are like, Anakin, what can we do? And then he just whips out the lightsaber. I was just like, damn, that is dark as shit. Like, I'm just saying, this is probably the darkest Star Wars movie I've ever seen. It is the darkest one. And he kills children. Like, that is really screwed up. It's just screwed up. And then when Anakin's assassinating the other Jedi, we can see his eyes is yellow. You can tell that Anakin has changed. You can tell that Anakin has changed sides. You can tell that Anakin just joined the dark side. And I was like, that is really freaking cool. It's like you see him now turning into bad. I love when you see good guys turning bad in movies. It's kind of freaking epic. But now we get probably the most epic scene in the entire movie, when Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker fight. And I would say, in my opinion, that fight scene was cool, but it is a bit cut place, because we get another scene when Yoda is fighting Darth Sidious. And I think, like, they should have left it with Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting, and like, the fight scene was a bit off in my opinion, but it's still kind of cool. But then we get Obi-Wan Kenobi cutting Anakin in half, and that's when he's just going to be the Sith Lord. Like, he does the greatest speech, Obi-Wan, like, ever in a Star Wars movie.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! My brother Anakin! I loved you!
and then he just got burned from the lava, and now he looks pale and burned as shit. And I like when Obi-Wan has grabbed his lightsaber and just left, like saying, Anakin, I hate you now, I'm out of here. And he's going to save that lightsaber for Luke. That's pretty cool little Easter egg they're trying to do there. And now you see Anakin burned, and this scene at the end is one of my favorite parts in the prequel trilogy, like ever, when they put the Darth Vader armor on the burned Anakin Skywalker, and that's when you see Darth Vader, and you see the James Earl Jones, and I was like, that is probably the most epic scene I have seen in a Star Wars prequel. Like, my god, that was awesome. I don't care about the no, it's still pretty freaking cool. I just really love that scene a lot. And then Padme dies. Like, dies. So the dark side doesn't do shit, doesn't it? Overall, guys, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is totally a big improvement from the first two movies in the prequel trilogy. This movie is a good movie. It wasn't perfect though. They still have kind of like the George Lucas things that we have, like the boring dialogue, but I'll say the dialogue was better in this movie. And we just get some bad CGI and some bad lightsaber fights, but it's not overall bad. It's all better than the first two movies in the prequel trilogy. This is my favorite Star Wars movie in the prequel trilogy. I could watch this movie more than The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Totally do Attack of the Clones more. But overall, guys, I really did enjoy Revenge of the Sith. It's a really good prequel. Like, it's a good prequel to see how the greatest villain in movie history had rise to the dark side. It's freaking amazing. I'm gonna give Star Wars The Revenge of the Sith a B. So guys, we have completed the prequel trilogy. If you guys want to see the rest of my reviews of the prequel trilogy, I'll put in that subscribe logo. So guys, next review, we're going to start with the original trilogy. I'm going to do it next weekend. So guys, stay tuned for that. So guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and may the Force be with you.